Hi there, my name's Danny Munoz, and I want to tell you about a song that I co-wrote with Olympia Tril Peña. The song came about when I got possession of this beautiful violin. This violin belonged to my late grandfather, and when he passed away, it was handed down to me. I don't know how to play the violin, but I wanted to do something special, and I had the opportunity to record my first English album, and I that's where the idea came about to write a song. But I also wanted to use the violin, the actual instrument. I wanted it to be included in the song, and so this song, the Fiddler, came about because of this violin. And we used inspiration from other songs. Growing up, I remember listening to The Devil Went Down to Georgia, and I really, really enjoyed, the part when the fiddler really gets down to it, and I wanted that with the violin. I wanted, as a tribute to my grandfather, I wanted something similar. I wanted to, for this violin to sound as though my grandpa was playing it. And so we included in the song, while we were recording the song, the engineer David Peña included it. He actually played this violin to record the fiddle part, and the song talks about a boy that grows up to become the greatest fiddler the world would ever know. And it talks, part of the story is make believe. There's other parts that are real, because it also tells a little bit of my story growing up. I was born in Mexico but brought to the US when I was 1. So the story starts off with a boy born in a foreign place, and later travels to the US, and then from there he ends up in Los Angeles. From Los Angeles he moves up to Northern California, which is where I was raised, in the small little town of Gerber. There's more cows than people. And I was raised in Northern California in a very rural town, Tehama County. We're known for the roundup, the rodeo. And we do have a ranch that's also well known within the rodeo world, which is a Groundy Ranch. And so I wanted to include a little bit about my upbringing, and I wanted to include a little bit of myself with the song. Then the boy moves up to Nashville and becomes a great fiddler. He travels the world when suddenly, after so many years, after touring, after being the greatest fiddler, he decides, hey, it's time for me to go. And it's a theme that is repeated in the story a lot. When he moves from place to place, he just ends up with, it's time for me to go. And so he moves on. Well, when it's time for him to go, he actually ends up in hell. He ends up in hell. He ends up in front of Satan, and he starts playing his tune, his favorite tune, and Satan casts him out of hell, and he ends up in heaven, which is where he reunites with his grandfather. In this song, he reunites with Grandpa Johnny. Johnny, like the Devil Went Down to Georgia. But my real grandfather's name was Jose. But like I said, I wanted to mix reality with fiction, but also use the take on from the Devil Went Down to Georgia. And so this song means a lot to me, because it was the first song that I got the opportunity to co-write. And so, it was nice. It was nice recording it as a tribute to my grandfather. It definitely means a lot. So anyway, I hope you liked the story of how the Fiddler came about. I do want to take the opportunity to thank music.com and Sony for this opportunity given to independent artists, so that we can tell our story. So thank you very much. I hope you like it, and listen to the Fiddler. Available on every platform, but listen to the Fiddler, and I hope you like it. And now it's time for me to go.